YieldMax has just introduced brand new ETF. This ETF is different than other ETFs that we have seen for two reasons. First, the price is a little bit cheaper. It has a cheaper price as compared to other ETFs that they have been releasing recently. And the second reason why this ETF is different, it does have actually different payment schedule. And on top of that, it has a growth built into this ETF. So we're going to look more details about this ETF. So the first thing I'm going to show you here is that this ETF was incepted on March 11th, 2026. So the first day it started trading was March 12th. That was last Thursday. So that has been only 4 trading days since this ETF has been out. Ticker symbol is DDDD. Primary exchange, New York Stock Exchange. Management expense ratio is 0.99. This is a pretty similar to many other YieldMax ETFs. So far, it has accumulated 2.32 million. So this is a little bit more than other ETFs because some of ETFs that whenever they come out, they're usually around 1.5. So this has accumulated a little bit more, and maybe it's just because it has a growth potential. And if we look at the distribution history here, you can see there's nothing. I'm going to give you more details about distributions. And this is something that may be a little bit disappointing for some people. And not because of how much they're going to pay, but because of their schedule, because it's going to be different than any other ETFs you are used to. All right, one of the very interesting things about this ETF is that it has very solid stocks and ETF that is holding. So you can see here, the first one here is a Schwab Dividend Equity ETF. That accounts for 20% of this portfolio. And if we look at other individual stocks, they have ConocoPhillips, Lockheed Martin, Chevron, Verizon Communication, Bristol Myers, Merck, Altria Group, Texas Instrumental. They have Coca-Cola, very solid companies. This is a very strong ETF. The full name of this ETF is YieldMax U.S. Stocks Target Double Distribution ETF. And that's why it has this DDDD. The name is different than any other YieldMax ETFs that we have seen, because most of the YieldMax ETFs end up with Y at the end, but this one is different. So let me read to you fund overview so we can understand what this ETF has to offer. The YieldMax U.S. Stock Target Double Distribution ETF DDD combined passive dividend equity exposure through long positions in the constituent of SCHD. This is a Schwab ETF, which tracks the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 index of high-quality U.S. companies with a strong fundamentals and consistent dividend history, with an actively managed options overlay that sells or writes option on a set of Schwab holdings, including Schwab itself and its largest constituencies, so pretty much stocks. Seeking to generate premium income, the strategy primarily employs a credit spread with flexibility to employ for diagonal spreads, calendar spreads, costs, and cash secured puts to capitalize on market volatility. So this is a strategy that they're going to use to make sure they generate double income. Investment objective, the fund primary investment objective is to see current income targeting double the distribution yield of SCHD. The fund secondary investment objective is to see capital appreciation through investments linked to Schwab and the Dow Jones U.S. Dividend 100 index. Distributions are not guaranteed and may vary over time, that we know this. So later on, I'm going to show you how much the distribution SCHD pays, and that will give you a clue of how much this ETF will be paying every time they pay distribution. And I'm going to show the schedule. As I've mentioned earlier, this ETF comes with different price tag as compared to other YieldMax ETFs. The first YieldMax ETFs, when they came out, were around $20, and they stopped releasing ETF with a $20 price tag. Every other ETF released after that were $50. This is going to be the first ETF from YieldMax that has this price tag of around $30. And within the 4 trading days, the movement is between 30.76 to 31.09. So it hasn't lost anything. And I really think this ETF is not going to have any NAV erosion pretty much based on the what it's holding, right? Because Schwab is very strong and average volume so far is not that much. It's only 4,000 because it's brand new. So we're going to wait and see its performance going forward. Make sure you don't miss any of the update whenever I release by subscribing to this channel, and don't forget to smash the like button and also share with someone you think this video might help. One of the things that's going to be disappointing for this ETF for some people, especially for people who have been investing in these YieldMax ETFs and hoping to receive weekly or monthly distribution, this ETF schedule is different and it will be paying quarterly dividend. See here, they have a Q2, Q3, Q4, and the fourth distribution will be January 27th. The first one will be Monday, July 6th. The second one will be October 2nd. The third distribution will be December 18, and the lasts for 2026 will be paid on January 11th, 2027. This is something that you have to keep in mind. Now let's look at how much a Schwab US dividend equity pays. The distribution, this one range between 3 to 4%. That's a maximum it pays. So it all depends on how much they pay each period. But every quarter, whenever they pay, is around 3.50 to 4%. That's the maximum you'll get. So for example, the last distribution on this fund they paid was around 3.38. On YieldMax ETFs, you're going to get about 7%. If SCHD pays 4%, then you're expecting to get around 8% from YieldMax. And performance of SCHD is a pretty good. If we extend to 5 years, as you can see here, it has a lot of volatility, but overall, it just keeps going up. This could be the same performance as the YieldMax ETF that it just came out. And if you extend all the way since it was incepted in 2012, you can see here, nothing but just keep going up. So maybe the YieldMax ETFs or brand new YieldMax ETF would have the same projection of performance. So that's something that we're going to keep an eye on and track those distributions and performance and see how DDD from YieldMax will fare as compared to SCHD. So guys, I made this video to give you a quick update on YieldMax U.S. stock target double distribution, DDDD. If you find value in this video, please smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You can always receive new updates. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next video. Bye bye.